Hello guys, this is Hadi from Lebanon and welcome to my week 6 video tutorial in the semi-final round of the Coursera course, An Introduction to Interactive Programming in Python. Warning, this video contains Mr. Hedgehog, so be aware and don't scream if he appears up. In an earlier lecture, the professors have showed us how to loop over elements of a list or characters of a string using for loops. But what if we don't want to loop over every character or element? Perhaps we only want to loop until a vowel is encountered in a string. Or we may want to repeat a task until the user enters a particular value. To accomplish these tasks, we can use while loops. This table shows a simple difference between for loops and while loops. A for loop runs a specific number of times, but a while loop runs until a specific condition is met. So what is the structure of a while loop? To begin, let us recall the general form of an if statement. The if statement relies on a Boolean expression. The while loop has a similar form, and it also relies on a Boolean expression. Any questions? Yes, Mr. Hedgehog. We know that an if statement runs if the expression provided to it was true and the body is executed. But when the expression is false, the body is not executed and the program proceeds to other statements. But we have noticed here that while loops and if statements have the same form or similar forms. So what's the difference between them?
Flip to the next slide.
Okay, I will. Here's a cute diagram showing while loops, the behavior of a while loop. So, first, a while loop checks a condition. This condition is given in the expression here. If the condition is true, the body of the while loop or the statements provided are executed. However, unlike the if statement, here the program does not continue running. Here the program checks the condition again and checks the expression. If the condition is true, the body of the while loop is also executed and the while loop checks the condition again, and so on until the condition becomes false. When the condition becomes false, the program proceeds to next statements.
Hadi,
Yes, Mr. Hedgehog?
show them some code.
Okay, I will in a second.
Quickly.
I said okay, that's me.
What did you say?
I was just saying that in the meantime I'm going to show them some code. Sorry, Mr. Hedgehog. So here I'm going to explain some examples about while loops. This is the simplest example among the 3 examples I'm going to explain. In this example, the temperature of a cup of tea is initialized to 120. We need to print out a message on the console of Code Sculptor when temperature is greater than 112. Else, if the temperature was not greater than 112, we need to print another message. So while temperature is greater than 112, we want to print that the tea is too hot. We want to print the temperature of the tea by giving this code. After that, we want to decrement temperature. Always remember that, because If we didn't decrement temperature, while loop will always give values of true, and it is repeated again and again forever. So temperature is decremented by 2. Then we are going to print that the tea is cool enough. Let's see what happens, then explain why. Well, those are printed. Temperature is 120. The Boolean expression here is checked. Is temperature greater than 112? Yes, it is. So print that the tea is too hot and temperature is equal to 120. Then decrement temperature. Temperature is now 118. Is 118 greater than or greater than 112? Yes, it is. So print this message, then decrement temperature again. Temperature is now 116. 116 is greater than 112, so print this message and decrement temperature. Temperature is now 114, which is also greater than 112, so we're going to print this message and decrement temperature again. Temperature is now 112. 112 isn't greater than 112, so the body of the while loop isn't executed and the program proceeds to print the tea is cool enough. In the second example, I have implemented a getInput function that prompts the user with the given message here and then returns the answer typed by the user. So here's an example of how this function works. If we run it with the prompt answer with yes or no, it would just say answer with yes or no. If we print the answer, typing here maybe never, okay, never is assigned to answer and answer is printed. But we want to make sure that answer is only yes or no. So we are going to make a while loop to reprompt the user if the answer was neither yes or no, nor no. So while not answer is equal to yes or answer is equal to no, when answer is neither yes nor no, we want to reprompt the user by calling the function again and assigning its return value to answer. Get input. The same message is provided again. If the same message was provided again, so the program hasn't proceeded to print answer. So answer is only printed when yes or no is provided. Let's test that. No, or let's test maybe never. It reprompts the user answer with yes or no. Absolutely nothing is printed and answer is reprompted again. So what if we typed yes? Yes is printed. What happened here is that each time answer is assigned to the string that the user types, the condition provided to the while loop is checked again, and when it comes to true, the body of the while loop is executed again and again. When answer is yes or no, meaning that the condition here is false, the body of the while loop is not executed and the program continues to print answer. The third example actually provides or implement. We are going to implement a function that we give to this function an argument, a string, and consonants in this string are printed. Actually, consonants, not all consonants are printed. This string prints its letters up to the first occurrence of a vowel. So, we're going to initialize a local variable I to 0. I is the index of S. While we want to add a comment here for some reasons, some simpler reasons, we want to print S at index I when or while S at index I is not a vowel. Using a while loop, while not S at index I in A, E, I, O, U and uppercase A, E, I, O, U, then print S at index I. When S at index I is not a vowel, when it is consonant, print S at index I. After each iteration of the while loop, I should be incremented by 1 so that we can prevent the infinite loop. Let us test our code up to vowel, being providing an argument cat. This should print C because C is consonant. A is a vowel, so it should print only C. It prints only C. What about interactive? The first letter of interactive is vowel, so it should print nothing, and it prints nothing. But what if we provided an argument that has all its letter as consonants? This prints the letters but gives an index error. What happens here is that I is incremented and incremented and incremented and vowel is not found. Then I is incremented again, which goes beyond the length of the string. So we can fix that problem by adding another part of the Boolean condition provided for the while loop, which is to check that I is within the bounds of the string, making sure that I is still less than the length. So while I is still less than the length of S and not S and of I, making that would give us no errors. Notice here that we have put this first because we want to check that I is less than the length of the string before trying to access S at index I. Okay, thanks for watching and see you in another video competition, in another video tutorial. You might be asking, where's Mr. Hedgehog? Mr. Hedgehog, maybe he is trying to implement blackjack before me. Okay, goodbye.